All right. Before we go, I have to get your take on this. Like, because a lot of people are asking me this. What the hell is going on at Wisconsin?
Yeah, that's interesting. I really thought that they were, and look, this could still turn around. They're now. I'm shocked that they've lost at Michigan. Rutgers is playing better. Rutgers always plays hard, but to give up that many points to an offense that just has not been able to score.
Yeah.
Defensively, there have been some red flags, I'd say, all year long, but their offense was able to mask those red flags. And now all of a sudden, their offense has kind of gone in the tank.
Yeah.
AJ Storr is talented and he gives them a dimension that they haven't had, but his shot selection gets him in trouble. He takes some bad shots. 5 of 14 at Rutgers. Again, there have been a lot of games in a row now. I think it was 4 of 15 against Purdue. He's had, I think, another game recently where it's like you're just not efficient on really high volume. Tyler Wall was great against Purdue. He was kind of a non-factor. In the loss at Rutgers. Stephen Crowell, the double, has kind of taken his aggressiveness away. Haven't gotten nearly the production outside of Wall in the Purdue game from that front court. And then on top of that, their three-point shooting has gone in the tank.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's something that they were doing pretty well early in the season. So, yeah, there's a lot of things. I just, boy, it's going to be interesting. Can they kind of get this thing back on the rails? Because right now it feels like this is spiraling. This is 4 in a row. And look, is there a shame in losing at Nebraska where they have been phenomenal? No. But
It's
you had
how
an
they
18-point
lost.
lead. It's how they
Right.
lost. No shame in losing to Purdue at home. You're right there.
Yeah.
The Michigan game was shocking. Michigan has been so bad.
Michigan
And
and Rutgers
and
together. I
Rutgers,
know
and
they're
their
two
road
road
games, and
games.
road games can be hard, but you've got to win those if you want to be a legitimate, contender. And
But
that's
did we
really
ever
the
really
story.
buy in? Like, were we ever completely bought in? Even when Wisconsin 2 weeks ago was ranked sixth in the country, did you
Yeah.
ever buy into the fact that like they had a Final Four run in them?
I just thought that Storr gave them something that they hadn't had, and I thought they were shooting it around him.
Yeah.
The defense was concerning. I will give you that, but I did think they were good. I did. I
I mean,
thought that
it'd be
I thought
good.
their depth. I mean, John Blackwell didn't play at Rutgers; he was hurt.
Yeah.
But he had a great freshman year. He's kind of cooled off. You have a season coming off the bench. I'm like, this was all freshman team last year, and he hardly plays. But what a weapon. Um, yeah, I thought they were pretty good. Now, 6th in the country, good, maybe not.
Right.
But I really did think that they had a chance to. I'm doing the Purdue Wisconsin game, last game of the year, and my thought 2 weeks ago was like, man, that could be huge. And now
Yeah.
it's like this probably it's not going to matter.
No, it's Purdue and everybody else in this league.
Yeah.
And that's
So
the one thing I'll say is like the talent level from Wisconsin to Ohio State to Indiana, like to Maryland, it's not that different, Rob.
No, I mean,
Right?
I think Wisconsin's more talent or more well balanced. I think Wisconsin's a better put together team.
Yep. Agreed.
And I think they're more talented than those others, but it's not like they're way more talented.
No, that's what I'm
Indiana,
saying.
Indiana, Indiana has a lot of talent in their front court.
If you
Their
throw those
backcourt is
four teams in a hat, and I just threw four out there because Illinois to me is at a probably different level. Illinois,
yeah, they're
with
they're second.
Shannon, they're the
They're the
second
second best team.
talent wise, no doubt. After that, like you could throw a bunch of those teams in a hat, and the talent level isn't that different, especially the four I just mentioned. I mean, it's not like you could have four different people honestly come up and rank them four different ways as far
Yeah,
as
but I think that like those other teams have deficiencies. Like Indiana's guard play outside of Trey Galloway, not
Yep.
good enough.
Nope.
Not good enough. And especially when Xavier Johnson is
Oh.
injured,
Yep.
and he wasn't playing great by any means. Maryland has no shooting.
Right.
Like it's not uncommon for Maryland to go 2 of 19 from 3.
Yep.
And even though Jameer Young is awesome and Julian Reese has been really good, when you can just sag off everybody else and dare them to shoot, it's going to be really hard. Who was the third team you mentioned? Ohio State?
Yep.
Ohio State, I honestly, I actually like some of their talent. I just think that, Roddy Gale's decision making has not been great. And they've been too up and down. Like they're just, even though Battle has
They're
shot,
pigs.
Jamison Battle has done exactly what they needed him to do. But Bruce Thornton has been up and down. Roddy Gale's been really up and down. And Zed Key and Felix Akpara just don't give him enough.
No, that's part of the problem is that Key and Akpara, You thought you'd get a dominant defensive player out of a par. You haven't. Key
and Key
hasn't.
could score, but like Key lost all this weight, and I hate to say this because I know for a fact how hard he must have worked.
Yeah,
because he's so skinny.
Yeah,
but I think it's maybe affected him.
Yeah,
in a way where now you don't move anybody.
Right.
You know, I respect the hell out of a kid that's going to work that hard, but I just think that him losing so much of his mass. And look, would there have been a way for him to get in better shape, but retain a lot of what was moving people? I would think so.
Maybe.
But man,
Maybe.
I don't know. That's hurt him. I feel like I don't know. I still feel like Wisconsin is clearly ahead of those teams. I don't think that they're.
By the way, I didn't put Michigan State in that group too, and I think you could throw them in their talent level in the same, the 5 teams now that I mentioned. So
yeah, I'd put them with Wisconsin, where I think that they are a notch above the other.
They probably are. Talent-wise, they probably are.